And the go live button has been pressed. Hello and welcome to Stars Confusion for the 26th of May 2023. Hope we are all doing well. Will apologise for last week. Again, just various stuff and things going on, unfortunately. And hello, Egan. Right then, with you and Prosper, I think we are at 3, so we are waiting on one more to show up. We'll give that a little bit of time, and in the meantime, I will just prepare Tenho in the background, because I did not do that ahead of time. It's only been 2 weeks, but I do feel out of practice, so we'll see if that matters in a moment. It rarely seems to. My luck seems to carry me at least somewhat. There we go. Right. That's done. Music's up and running. Egan and Prosper are queued. Okay. And now we wait. Which laws, sir? Also, just reading your last couple of Discord messages, I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen recently. It's terrible TV. It's terrible TV, but I enjoy it. And just thinking exactly the same thing half the time. Citizenship Asylum Immigration. Oh, so you're still going for embassy positions. I know you were applying there at some point. I don't know if it's still continuing about that, but... Ah, okay. Well, as always, best of luck, and it'll happen eventually. It's just, yeah, it's just miserable. It's universal, but it's miserable applying for jobs. Yep, that's exactly the paradox. We want a young student. We want a student with fresh ideas, and with fresh ideas come in with hunger and passion for their job. But also, we want them to have 10 years of experience in the industry. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my first job was in a prison as records clerk, and basically my mum snuck me in the door. I didn't actually apply for that job, but she just basically snuck me into the records room, had me organise it because it badly needed doing, and yeah, that was my first job. Wasn't able to keep it up because unfortunately it was a temporary thing. It sounds more sinister than it was. She snuck me in, and I just started working there. But it was a temporary contract thing. Wasn't a good job anyway, but I do miss that damn thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe that's just it. Just wear a suit. Just go into a random office, find wherever their records are stored, and start organising it without any explanation. After a couple of weeks, somebody will ask the question, but as long as you do it with enough enthusiasm, and then complain you haven't been paid the last month, but again, it sounds stupid, and it is stupid, but all else fails. Absolutely. Right. You don't even have to be. No, let's not go crazy, Egan. You need to get paid. You do need to get paid. Alright. Let me just refresh this. Alright, I'll give it another couple of minutes and then we're probably going to start tenhoing. Indeed, second time is the charm. Again, it will happen. These are guaranteed thing that it will eventually keep going. It's just massively depressing until it does. Right then. So, we're currently on 15 out of 18 points. So that is win, and second. Actually, is it win and 2 seconds? No, it's not. So, 2 wins, 1 second place to progress. But we don't lose points, so we're going to keep going. Also, going to move my mic into a more sensible position, so apologies for that. And let's see how this goes. Double sequence. Middle. Okay. We might not force the Honitsu here, but we might, given that we got Dora. Well, even considering we got Dora, maybe we might. Don't know. Got a possibility. One off. Oh, triple Dora. Okay. Really wishing we'd have called that 7 pin, but we then wouldn't have had triple Dora.
Chi.
He's shouting, though. My kingdom for a 7 pin. Kingdom I don't have for a 7 pin, of course.
Riichi.
Alright, turn 4 reach on the 7 pin. Reach, Itsu, Dora free. No such jam.
Riichi. Sumo.
Oh, we are in. That was a fortunate one, but sometimes you're given the Buyman chance, and we only got a hand of him. Yeah, that was pretty rapid. Not complaining of that. Alright. Now, can we maintain it for 2 more for the rest of the Hanchan? Let's go. I mean, I don't think... again, you do produce some good content. I wish I'd watched more of it, I'm going to be honest, Agan. But unfortunately, the algorithm being what it is, you do need to hit a critical mass somewhere. At least your videos are focused, mine aren't. But that being said, I haven't really done any kind of recording or any. This is my first video in 2 weeks, and I think my last time I did anything live stream related was nearly a month ago now. Other than this, so. Next series should do it. Carnage, that also cuts off my weight. Very nice. Yeah, indeed, I do. And kitties to annoy. Especially the kitties to annoy. Actually, they've been pretty good the last couple of days. Because, again, it's been sunny. So they haven't complained as much. Alright, so we need to avoid Sozu Honitsu on the right. But beyond that... Beyond that, it's all looking okay. We're going to get 2 pin here, because it's safe on all fronts. I'm unlikely to be finishing up with this hand, and might even just be playing the 1 pin for safety here. I know East is fine.
Chi.
Yeah, so Tanyo attack up top. I'm imagining I can just avoid. 1 pin is Dora.
Dong.
Okay. Okay, Alamadila turn with a 14k lead. And this is probably just Tampin.
Home.
Okay, I'm okay with a bit of a rush. I prefer you not to win, just on the basis of you are the closest person to me in points, but... No, man's not going to do it. There's nothing I should have called that, honestly, with 2 out in this, ultimately. A lot of terminal edges. He might be trying to do some shenanigans with a chanter, but... But even if he is, it's last south. Hatsu is probably the only thing we're concerned about. We've now discarded that. Well, no carnage from me. We're in the lead. I don't need to.
Home.
I haven't got around to watching that yet. It is on my radar to do at some stage, but it's, yeah, not just yet. Alright, I need to actually think about defense here. Let's go 8-man. Oh dear. Actually, I thought they were, but actually, no, just the indicator and 2. Okay, well, we know the frees are fine. We know that's fine. We've got 4-pin, 2-pin, 2-pin. Yeah. Yeah, should be 4 over 2, but it's fine. Ultimately, same difference. Yeah, we're going to have to do one more. Alright, 1 player Tenpai, and it was just for Toy Toy. Well, Toy Toy Dragon 1, not Endora 3. Yeah, that was a big hand. There's several layers of that got a lot bigger than I was expecting. Okay, what do I want to do with this? There are options with this hand, in truth, but... Don't panic about that. That's not anything to panic over.
Chi.
Right, if we ever get a free man, this hand is pretty decent. Other than that, we've kind of committed to a bad weight.
Home.
Again, it's terrible. It's objectively bad TV, but sometimes you're just in the mood for it, ultimately. I've certainly watched worse shows. My current anime watch list is I'm going back through Hayate because again they still haven't actually ended that as far as I can work out or remember. Actually, we'll go with the Tenpai there. And Blue Lock because Blue Lock was kind of frankly insane. So yeah, we went for that. Oh,
Han.
and Komi, which is insane for different reasons, but you know.
Riichi.
This is a bad wait now. I think we might be bailing. Now you're a free man. Right now, we're bailing.
Sumo.
Okay, we didn't bail. Indeed. With heavy manipulation and definitely no editing tricks to make sure that every possible challenge ends up in a near draw situation.
Gee.
Definitely no editing required for that. But for what it's worth, it makes me wish I could cook slightly better than I currently do, so... And also makes me cry at the amount of money that is wasted in bad steaks. Alright. Ishanten. With Dora 2. Well, I don't need to reach. We're gonna hold off. I've got the weight here, and if I draw a... Okay, that's fine too. Hockey free on the pair weight. I mean, that's just what I've been watching recently. Also, how delayed is this at the moment? Because I thought about that a few minutes ago. Fair enough. Almost. I mean, there's always a little, unfortunately. Unless I can stream into the future, it's always going to be some delay. Well, stream into the past, really. But the effects of negative buffering are not understood. Because I don't really need the points here. I've got enough of a gap that I just want to really move the hand on. And I don't think going into a random pair weight is going to be what we want to do here. But maybe we are in a random pair weight. And what? I'm probably not going to win this if it comes out. Because there's no point in me winning. The hand's not valuable enough to really eliminate anybody. And honestly, I'd prefer to just move on to South 3. We're probably going to break this up at some point. Yeah, we're not taking the win. Assume we're about to play the game of how many ways could I have won this hand. That's fine.
Riichi.
Alright, reach across. We have 5 man, we have 4. Yeah, we have Rise in the queue as well, actually. It's just unfortunately I started this game off, so I'm trying to get it ended. That's another reason why I'm not taking the win here.
Dong.
Alright, that's not... Yeah, that's fine. It's only 1,000 difference, but it is technically me moving into a more secure lead at this stage with 2 to go.
Riichi.
Huh. Fair turn dealer Riichi, you say? Well, wish I'd thrown the white dragon on that turn. Oh well.
Riichi.
One East played, second Reach. Two safe tiles. I mean, objectively, we want to deal into this hand rather than the other one, but...
Han.
Evening, Draconis. We do have a 4. I can actually start the other game going.
Sumo.
Alright, I'm going to start the other game here. So this is going to be Prospero, Aegon, Rise, and Draconis. If you're all good, I'm going to randomize the seats and start you off, and I'll go spectate once this is done. Good luck.
Home.
Still waiting for the tap dancing club anime. I'm surprised it doesn't exist. But then I'm surprised that any club anime for any random activity doesn't exist. But if there is an opera club anime, sir, we will find it for you. Oh. Well, clearly what you need to do is start drawing a bunch of panels and then just start sending it off to random places. Clearly it must exist. There is a market for it. Even if it is only you.
Chi.
Alright, Ishanten. Would have to go to 7 so to make it pass, but we could risk that, I guess.
Chi.
G5 for the win.
Home. Sumo.
Alright. Sashiku and Tanyo, and that is a victory. I mean, ultimately, that is the point of doing YouTubing, ultimately. Or at least that should have been the point of doing YouTubing. Is just, you know, something that interests you, and if it interests you enough, in theory, it should interest other people. Yeah, exactly. Right, let's quickly flick across. But that is a win down, so 45 out of 80, so that is a win and a second still required. And we gained quite a few ranking points out of there, because one of those guys was 1900. I think it does a balance of the 3, and if it doesn't, well, it should do. So, huzzah! Ranking points. Right then, let's see how long this is going to be. 205 seconds. I'm going to go and feed my cats, and I will be back in a couple of moments to spectate that game. So, bear with me for a few moments. Okay, the cats have been fed as chat has demanded. And I believe we are just about to go straight into the game. So that is reasonably good timing. Okay, so starting off, we're going to follow Rise, the dealer here, with one Dora and a pretty decent hand. Shot at the Sanchiku, though a little manipulation needed here. It could be Sanchiku. Sanchiku is definitely possible. Draconis with Dragon Honitsu, potentially. Aegon has Double Dora. Double Dora Tanyo, probably. In the initial ideas. Prospero's got the most awkward of the initial hands, but honestly, you can probably expect to get one of these two in the normal course of development, and then maybe move on to Pinfu. Great scary Toy hand, all hands Toy hands. Yeah, no, that is true. They certainly can be. Yeah, and as already stated, naturally that Prosper's actually improved that to an 899, meaning they can get rid of the 97 if they wish to. So, doing okay. Aiming up to 4 pairs, could be considering a Tanyo Chi Toy, or the Toy that's been alluded to. Didn't call that, is thinking more in terms of pairs, but honestly, Tanyo would have been enough with 2 Dora that you could probably have made the argument to call there. Not the most definitely useful thing there, but it is a progression. Dragon's being dropped, and Rise with a call. He has Tanya, so this is callable. Call this, cut the 2-man, probably doesn't take it. So I think that's a consideration to try and keep the Dora involved, or possibly just to be able to reach for this, maybe actually get that Sanchiku, though. Ishan 10 for Tanyo Pinfu is still fine. Okay, Draconis calling to confirm his Honitsu attempt. And Rise immediately cutting the 8-man, so possibly playing safety. South for Prospero doesn't do a lot of good for him. It is his win though, so he does keep it on that basis. There's 5 so Aegon calls. So Aegon now is Ishanten for Tanyo Dora 2. Yeah, he can call this. Oh, he didn't. So calling that would have put him... Actually, no, that wouldn't have put him Tenpai, actually, because he had 4-7 plus that. So, okay. Ignore me. I still think that would be worth the call, though. Alright, now he does have it. Ishan 10. 4-7, 5-6, and 5-pin. All get in there. Wow, he actually hit it. Okay, so... Tanyo Toy Dora 3 from Aegon. It is a monster hand, but there are very few outs, and all of them that are visible are in Rise's hand, and are not coming out of it. So it's an effective hell weight on the last 5-pin. Rise could call that, but I understand not doing so in the last row. Second opportunity for Rise then. Does decide to take it this time. So that is the call for Tenpai, and it is does deal in because he breaks the pair. Tanyo, Toy, Dora-san, Hanuman. And that is a great start for Aegon. Unfortunately, there were decisions. Maybe he could have done that on the first attempt and wouldn't have dealt in with that, but... I guess minor hazard of changing your mind. Again, it's progressing, and going to Tenpai as dealer is never usually a bad idea, even if you can do it late game safely, but Obviously, in this instance, it wasn't fully safe. Right, so we have Draconis, Rise, and Prospero, each with a Dora Dragon in hand. I think Rise is the best opening hand of those three. Aegon has another reasonably nice setup, actually. Could easily make this Tanyo if he needs to. So, we shall see. But yeah, it's what these three do with their Dora Norths at this stage. Only one of them can pair it, and the longer they keep it, the more problematic it's likely to be. Yeah, Aegon immediately cutting Dragon, so Aegon is going for the... Actually, he might be going Toy Toy again, because he now has 4 pairs in this... Well, triplet and 3 pairs. Every hand is Toy Toy if you can make it so. Yeah, so Rise pairing up as well. Makes a sort of sense here. He does have an outside Sanshikyu shot, but I don't think he's reasonably looking at that. No half aggression, and that is the Norths all dropped. So Draconis resisted the blink, and thankfully it was done at a safe enough point for all 3 of them. So, hands unleashed, what are we working with? I mean, Prospero's getting pretty close here. Unfortunately, with that draw, he now needs another 7-man, another 7-so, which are all stuck in people's hands. So it's not a progression that's going to work out for him, but it is an upgrade to basically Pintu Ipeiko. Had he cut the other way, he'd actually had Tenpai for it. 50-50 shot on that one. Progression from Draconis, moving now to Tanyo Pinfu himself, or Tanyo something himself. He's got the triplet 4s, obviously. Prospero draws that second North after the fact. Again, it was correct to get rid of it once he saw 2 of them, but... It's a very narrow route for Prospero, but it's not impossible. He might hit Tenpai, which as dealer might be enough. Just reaching on the last tile and then scaring everybody off. If you can get it in the next turn or 2. Because Aegon hasn't quite managed it yet, Draconis hasn't quite managed it yet, and yeah, Rise is also... So that's Riichi Peiko. Obviously, as mentioned, the 7s are all in people's hands, so it's not coming out, most likely, especially now that Aegon has actually connected his 7 into the hand here. And actually, this looks like a pretty decent hand now, actually. If he can draw another 6, he's got Ipeiko, Pinfu, nonsense here. 3-6 obviously improves. He can draw another 5 to get that side of things. Still being on a 2-sided weight. Tanyo and nothing, admittingly, but still. Tenpai. In fact, he draws that now, so he now does have it. Okay, it does go for the reach. So that is a 3-6 no value hand, basically. Again, I think it's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not dead. There's 1 left. And the 1-out hand beats the no-out hand here. Again, Prospero could win if Draconis plays a 7, but against 2 Riichis, he's not doing it. So, I think mission objective achieved for Prospero. He gets a repeat here. Gets a chance for another high-value hand. And we get to a draw. Alright. Renchan. East 2. Hands seem a shade slower than the previous here, but nobody's really got a massive advantage against anybody else. Maybe with a slight edge to Aegon for the connectivity side of things, but But we'll just see how they are once they clear the honours out. Well, 4 pairs for Prospero, so that's an option. Although, again, he's not doing the traditional Chitoi thing of just keeping your terminals and honours and getting rid of your middle tiles to allow that Chitoi to happen. Or at least planning for the final Chitoi wait, effectively. Alright. Another sequence picked up here. So Aegon's rapidly developing here. In fact, he's not that far away. Obviously, cut a 4. Yeah, he's 2 away. Meanwhile, Draconis is also 2 away. Question mark? I think. No, he is 2 away. So, Draconis and Aegon about the same distance. Rise's hand is looking decent, though he will have to drop a 5 pin, which might be a little questionable for him. Well, Aegon's cut the 5. I'm not, he did draw a Dora, which, again, I can understand he wanted to keep that, but I think that's put his hand further from Tenpai, making that switch. And he might get punished for that a little bit later. We shall see. So Prospero's given up on the pair side of things. He's going for the more conventional hand, which is reasonable here. He has an outside. He has a shot at Sanshikyu as well. So Riichi Sanshikyu would at least be free Han, which as dealer is more than acceptable. But I might have been more inclined to go the Chitoi. I mean, to be fair, he has cut a couple of useful tasks for Chitoi, so... Alright, let's see how we are looking into the endgame. Actually, nobody's looking... Nobody's Ishanten at this point. That is immediately changed, because now Draconis is Ishanten. But still, yeah, just getting to the end of the second row, nobody's Ishanten. So it's one of those sort of weird starts. But that's something on people's radar at least. Right, pair of green dragons quite late. There are the only 2 greens out there, but obviously that's something you've got to consider with the hand composition. It is now quite likely that dragons exist somewhere else, if you haven't seen any. It's callable, but you're committing to needing that last green at some point, which if you think there's another pair out there, which is a reasonable assumption, you can't bank on that. The best you can do is a pair weight, and now that pair weight is a dead 1/2 of it, so this is a horrible hand now, at least in terms of how I would view it at this stage. A pair of whites, I mean, it happens, and it was 6 turns away. Right, Rise gets the Reach pair weight. Not a lot of value here, but this late in the game, and with nobody else Tenpai, I think that's going to be enough to just force the draw. I mean, Ishanten again now from Prospero, but using green as a pair, so it is Reach only. And 2 draws remaining. Oh, actually, he cut a green early on. No, the green's just dead. No, he cut his own green. Yeah, this is a... Oh, that is a deal in from Aegon. Was he Tenpai with that? He looked like he might have been. That might have been a discard for Tenpai. 4, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think it was just a discard for Tenpai though, because he's got the triplet, he's got the pair, the 2 runs. Yeah, so he was just dumber in the last sort of hand, and unfortunately 9 was the winner. So we move on to Aegon's dealer turn. He's starting in a strong position though, 10k ahead. Any win here is good for him as long as he avoids dealing in on the second hand. And even if he were to just say lose a draw or a short hand here, it wouldn't be the end of the world. He would come out on top, which is where you want to be after your deal turn anyway. What's going on the other hands here? Granus is a pair heavy start, but might be doing something with that. Pair of Dragons is massively helpful for Reagan. That's actually massively improved his hand's prospects. But Draconis is developing his own toy nonsense over there. We'll see if he goes for that or the Cheeto. Both are options for him. Yeah, Prospero still needs to clear the Honor Tiles. We'll come back to him once he's done that. Alright, that is Ishanten for Cheetoy if he wants to go for it. And he might even be thinking other things here, I don't know. Well, there's the dragon. So it's only going to be a cheap hand for a dealer Renshan, but sometimes that's what you need. Yeah, so Draconis doing the correct thing here, building towards this Honitsu that could happen, but also keeping the Cheetoy Tenpai as a possibility. Don't agree with the pair swap there, but... Okay, definitely don't agree with the pair swap. If you're going to make that swap, you have to call that free man. Yeah, I mean, that was potentially called discard. 9 goes into his hand, 9 gets discarded, and that's the win. I mean, obviously he's still got the win. But, because Aegon is just that gammy at times. But the sequencing there could have been better. I think once you commit to opening your hand, there's no sense in holding back if you've got a chance to actually hit Tenpai off of it. And again, another pretty good hand here. Dora and connected tiles. Really only one loose one. Rise is an interesting start. It's honor head. When you have half a hand of honor tiles, it's interesting. It's not necessarily good, but it's interesting. Honestly, given that he'd have to pair up the honor tiles anyway, this might just be a Cheetoy attempt. No, a Suanko style Toy attempt. Who knows? Draconis' hand is very decent. He has obviously the Khan available to him if he wants to use it. He is 13 down on points. That's not a ridiculous sum, but obviously if he hits Tenpai and can Khan for with it, then why not? Also, the 5's disappearing is going to make any kind of pin food chaining, for example, what Aegon might need, what Prospero does need, impossible going forward. More honor tiles for Rise. He's just, yeah, we'll see. He hasn't, that probably means he hasn't paired any of them, but... Triplet of the ones. So he's on two triplets and a pair at this stage. It's not impossible that he goes for something like something. Oh, that is the worst tile to draw when... Okay, fine. Ignore me. Right, so obviously 4, 6, 8 in this position when all the 5s are gone, because obviously the Khan available, would have been horrible for him to have eventually kept. Because obviously it makes him basically in a closed weight, effectively, but it looks better than that in his hand, so we'll see. Okay, Prospero's getting some nice half progress there. It's in fact cutting that 4-5. I don't want to know about the ore. I don't want to know about the ore in a few turns. That means there's going to be some disappointment. We don't like disappointment here. We expect it, but we don't like it. Nothing doing on that basis. Has he got Cheetoy? I mean, he's four paired Cheetoy at the moment, so maybe not. But it's not the worst thing in the world. And obviously, he does also have the option of going for the Chin Honitsu as well, which, to be fair, he's been signaling quite heavily with his discards, but then he's signaling it and not taking it. I don't know. A dealer mid game calling the 8s here. With an obvious Honitsu discard pool. Because you call the 8s, cut the 9, and then suddenly you look like your Tenpai. And then this reach is much more difficult. It could still happen, but... So what's the weight on? It is a 8 so closed weight. Alright, that is Carnage, and that is a discard. So, Ishanten.
Chi.
Rise calls for Tenpai. He does have the ability to win on a 6-9. And Draconis has drawn one.
Run.
Yeah. In a few ways, it's disappointing that it's only 1300, but... But in context, I think that's fine. Alright, let's move on to Draconis' deal turn and the end of the East round. So Draconis is in third place, very small gap behind Prospero, and a Bowder Monk, a Dealer Monk, behind Aegon at this stage. Has opened triplet in 3 pairs. So we shall see how that develops. Prospero has a pair of greens and a Dora in hand. Nothing directly... Well, he's got the 7, but it's a close weight to get that Dora involved, or additional ones obviously drawn. Rise's hand looks pretty decent. Needs to finish up a close weight on one side or another, but again, you can reasonably expect to get one of those from the start of the game and discard the other, so... Alright, Aegon with the open Khan with no Yaku. He's made this play a few times. It's not a bluff, he just does it. I mean, to be fair, he has flipped Dora 4. And if he had a Yaku, this would actually be somewhat threatening. The only Yaku he can build towards is Toy Toy, and he is picking up pairs because he's a lucky bastard. But, I don't know. Make the objectively bad move and then prove it as good later. That is Aegon's method of playing Mahjong. And to be fair, it works because, you know, you make an early call for Dora 4 with a terminal tile. Now you look to be Toy Toy because that's kind of the only option you have. Of course, now we got to worry that it's Toy Toy Hanneman from the points leader. And it's a horrible position to be in. Technically, Ishanten, but of course, yeah. In terms of actually Ishanten, he needs to pair a lot more things. So Draconis on the Toy Toy Sanko plan as well, which might matter. There is the other one. Well, that is Tenbai, but of course he can only win on some kind of Rinshan or a Haite, bit of nonsense. However, that is the Simo. Prospero managing to dodge the potential Hanneman with Matsuke hand. And it obviously killed Draconis' deal turn and increased the gap to third. Alright, South 1, Rise. Looks pretty decent. Obviously clear the honor tiles, hope to draw something semi-useful here, and this is a pretty quick tap-in. Prosperous hand looks significantly worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 terminals, and he's just now starting to clear those, so it's going to take him a while to get into the game. If Rise draws well, he won't have enough time. Again, Aegon has 2 Dora and a reasonable connected hand, and Draconis needs some work. So I think this is Rise's hand off objectively from the start of this, but if he's unlucky, Aegon can definitely strike back. Meanwhile, I think Prospero drew more terminals. Yeah, has Prospero drawn something other than a terminal so far? Because, I mean, we say the hand is impossible. 1, 2, 3... You know he must have done. He's got 5 in hand. Yeah, he had more earlier, but still, it doesn't... Every time... Yeah, you don't want another one here. I mean, honestly, maybe this is the time for Nageshi. It's impossible, and Rise will win first, but what can you do if that's what you get? Oh, that's a glorious Kokushi attempt that didn't work. I'll say that much. Needs a white and a green to make it effectively happening in after the fact, but still, it was on 8. It wasn't objectively a good idea. Yeah, but another terminal. Which he keeps this time out. Oh, why? You just keep drawing terminals. You had to play that, surely. What are you playing around with that 6 so? See, you've now drawn even more terminals. This was the chance, and you denied the impossible hand because it's impossible, and I agree with that statement, but still. Alright, so Eigen Z Shanten, Rise Z Shanten. Actually, is he? No, he's got too many pairs, actually. Yeah, Eigen's able to beat him, and that is a 6-9 Riichi Pinfu Doradora, which is extremely nice. Right, now he's Ishanten for Tanyo Dora. Oh, and we might have a freeway reach here if he can make the 7-man pass. Does decide to go with it. Lots going on here, and Prospero now has got to decide how he wants to try this. He's got to play safe to all 3 hands. So 2-5 weight from Draconis, a 6-9 so from Eigen, and obviously the 1-4 for Rise. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's a door. It is unfortunate. Eigen keeps marking on. Riichi Pinfu Doradora. Most expensive hand he could have dealt into at that point as well. Alright, South 2. Prospero's dealer turn. Yeah, it was unfortunate. I think Rise had a bit of bad luck with the hand building there because he was ahead of Eigen in terms of hands at the start of the game, in my opinion, but obviously luck factors into how fast things improve. I didn't notice any major errors, though I wasn't looking for them in truth. Maybe there were. Honestly, it was Tanyo Pinfu. It kind of built itself, really, from Rise's perspective, so I don't think he would have made any blunders with the hand composition. Anyway. So, Eigen with a 20k lead over Prospero. So, Prospero's best shot at countering that 20k lead is to get a dealer Mungan at some point and just keep getting wins until he gets there, effectively. So, efficiency and just getting small hands and hoping you can improve them later. Or just finding a chance. Draconis is doing something fun up top. He's on 9. Objectively, at a starting point, this would be considered a bad attempt. 4 tiles in. We'll see. But, I mean, sometimes you've got to take those sort of chances because you just don't have a way to improve it beyond that. And, again, the unseen advantage of going for this hand, and it's something that Mono used to do an awful lot, and still does in truth, is if you do this, you end up with a lot of safe tiles for the mid-game. Because everybody discards terminals and honors towards the start of the game. In the mid-game, when those might be risky, he now knows he can play them safely. And also, what he's discarding are what are going to be the dangerous tiles in the end-game. I.e. now. Obviously, Rise has reached and brought that forward a little bit. This is a closed reach for the 5. It is basically reach only with no value. But now, of course, Draconis can switch gears and just play safety. If he wants to. 2 saves is not indicative of necessarily safe play, but... Oh, Draconis is still going for this. Aegon reaching for the lead. I'm not sure I agree with this idea. It's a cheat toy on his bonus tile, effectively, and also the round bonus tile, but also just he doesn't need to take the gamble here. You can just play safe. Well, never say never. Never say never. Draconis needs 3 more draws. But he decides to say no. Oh. I mean, it was still unlikely from here, but what did he need? He needed, one so, 1, 2, 3. That was still doable. And then obviously various wins. Either way, Rise Sumo, so he wouldn't, even if he'd have gone for it, he wouldn't have dealt in, but he, wouldn't have had enough time to finish that off. Alright, Rise picks up some points. Aegon's lead expands a little bit to 19-6. Aegon just needs to basically bail out of this hand and allow a cheap win. In the meantime, Prospero has the triplet of the 8-pin, and ultimately his objective is to card that, I think, if he wants a serious attempt at going for the lead. If he's happy with second, then he'll play that normally and just hold off. Also, Aegon has got a pair of dragons and 2 Dora, which is pretty ideal start for a dealer. And I think if he does pull off that hand, it is game over as far as making that point gap up. And then it is just a battle for second between the other 3. Yep, Aegon is happy to go for this. There is a chance that this is partial overcommitment, but again, he knows he's got 2 of the Dora. There are only 2 more in the game, and 1 plus 2 Dora is going to be more valuable if you're the dealer. So, Dora free. God darn it, Aegon. What is with this luck? I mean, I've had bouts of this as well, and you've obviously been playing quite well. One hand with an exception to that, I will point out, but boy, we want to see a comeback, kind of. Yes, at most now, hand plus 1 Dora is the only thing that's against him. Aegon has almost certainly got the value advantage. They need a Hanneman to match what he's doing. So, yeah. Objectively, Aegon should be full on attack here. Yeah, this is Tenpai. That was a call for Tenpai, Aegon. You already opened your hand. Why did you not? Oh, well, fine. I was just complimenting Aegon's player that he does something like that. If you have a chance to call for Tenpai and you have a Mungan in hand secured, no Yaki requirements, you do it. Ultimately. Because now you've got to worry about this a little bit. I mean, to be fair, Riichi 1... plus Pinfu, Tanpin. At worst, they probably got a Mangan, because you know where the Dora are. It would be a huge ask for that hand to be a random hand to be Hanneman. It could be still, but you know. See, if you'd have called for Tenpai, this wouldn't be as bad a position for Aegon here. But now he's just going to fold out with all the Dora in the world. Prospero Riichi only 1300. Okay, we move into Draconis' dealer turn with 2 pairs, one bonus tile, pair of 6s as well. This looks pretty decent. So he needs a 3-Han, 4-Han sumo to overtake for second, and then of course it's just 2700 to get up to Aegon's level. And of course, if he keeps winning, he can keep building up that score. The game ends when he doesn't win, or doesn't win the draw, admittingly, so we might have some shenanigans around that if he is going to make, if he makes a concerted effort to overtake Aegon, but we shall see. Another person with a couple of pairs is Rise here, West and White. Similar-ish position in objectively 1 Han each with the overpair as well. In fact, actually, it looks like Rise might be better off in this position.
Pum.
Yeah, because he's got a call for Tempai at this point now. On the downside is obviously Prospero's got the West and nobody's got a White. That South also might be interesting as well, given that that's what Draconis needs for his hand. Aegon with a pair of reds. Any win will do for Aegon, so that is probably how he will play it. Well, we see the GGs. Let's see if the result happens as we expect it to.
Chi.
Okay, well that's check call for Tempai. Followed by a call for Tempai. Rice's weight would be better, but of course he can't win on that West at the moment. Okay, does Prospero fall away from the Honitsu attempts? Nope. Okay, slight weight improvement for Draconis for remaining in the wall. Oof. Okay, Rise not taking the win there is interesting. I get it, but it's interesting. His hand is only worth 1,000 points ultimately, so... Although now you got that to worry about, eh? Just not caring about value here. And that's for dealing. Well, it gives you another chance of getting that Mungan. As I say, I get it. I do. Okay, Renchan. Well, card potential for Draconis here. Rice's hand. Reasonable for Tarnpin. No, I understand that. 3 pairs for Prospero, including a bonus pair, and Aegon has a hand that looks a little bit messy, but probably isn't actually that bad. Yeah, it's probably when you're chasing points that you need to sort of go for the high value stuff, the Honitsus, Chinitsus of the world. Or just hope you actually pull off that darn Tarnpin Sanchiku. Alright, Prospero with the dragon set. So Prospero's prospective chances of going up aren't looking amazing from this hand, unless he gets some help with Carnage, but obviously any win secures Prospero's second place, so... And a lot of tiles getting into Tempai now. But, speaking of Tempai... And this Tempai allows him to Khan as well. 1/7 in each of Rise and Aegon's hand. Prospero hits Tenpai on the counter swing. It is a 4-9 pair weight. 1 out. So 3 tiles versus, as far as Draconis is aware, 4, but as we can see, 1 in each of the hands. Now it is. Ah, well. Okay, Rise also hitting Tenpai at this point, staying Dharma. And drawing his second aura into the deal, just when he needs some value. Draconis picks up the win. Prospero picks up the win. And that is Reach 1 and 1. 5-2. And Aegon survives the victory. Yeah, no, it's fine. Not much you could do in that position. As I say, I didn't see you making any major errors, Rise, and just I think you got unlucky. You got unlucky versus Aegon, who got at times insane amounts of luck in that game. So I was like, nothing away from Aegon. He did play that generally well, with 2 exceptions that I kind of. One that didn't matter, one that really, really did. So Aegon's open Khan on the 9-man. He had no Yaku for that entire game. he just casually Khans, gets 4 Dora, and just sticks on that. Never had a Yaku. 5 Dora. Yes, but 4 showing. That's the important part of that. 4 showing. Alright, I'm going to prepare for one more. Let's get this going then. So, can't get 4 Dora standard. Basically, he never got a Yaku for that hand. It just obviously affected everything else. So Prospero, Aegon, Draconis, myself, random seating. Good luck. But I mean, luck is something you occasionally get. You are entitled to have some luck every now and then. Time to lose it all. Well, you're certainly going to lose it all with that attitude. This is reasonable. I'm just going to start with the East. I'm not the dealer. I'd rather just push that early. Oh, it's alright, Rise. You'll get it back at some point. But thanks for joining us. Right, so we're building up quite nicely for Tanpin, possibly Tanpin Ipeiko, which should be ideal. Okay. Ipeiko, Pinfu, and Riichi is the top end. If we can be on the 4-7, I prefer to be, I think, but... Oh, that adds to Tanya. So I could call that and just take the Tanya. Yeah. Yeah, let's force something here. Against 2 calls, I'm willing to take the half chance at this point. Again, objectively, this is a bit too aggressive, but, you know, gotta punish Aegon for overcommitting every now and then. By which I mean Prospero deals into me. But yeah, we could have done better with that hand. But hey, it's fine. so we are on 4 pairs here, so if we do go for some form of cheese, we'll probably only get a 6-4-7, but it might not be objectively the best play here. We'll still play the 4 because it's isolated. We do have 6, 7, 8 Sand Cure possibilities with this hand, which would be a high end. Yeah, it would be effective high end at this point. Obviously, 7 mana we also want to get rid of if we are going to Cheatoid because it is the indicator. If I could discard something that I couldn't call, that'd be quite nice. West is interesting. Let's play. Yeah, let's go for this then. Sand Cube is definitely the better way to play this hand, but I kind of fancy the Cheatoid attempt. As long as I'm not waiting on West 9, it should probably be okay. Well, West should be okay in truth, but. Well, we can let Draconis have this one, I think. I'd say that'd be an unfortunate deal in. Not least of all because I want to play that tile next, but. Alright. You guys want to mess around? We'll do that. Let's say we are getting so many safe tiles out of this. And there is for dealing. I was safe for days in that particular setup. Rah for your 2,000 point hand, sir. Plus 3 reach 6. Okay. What can we do this time around? Stuff. And indeed things. So, White Dragon is Dora. And immediately played by Prospero. Honestly, it's not much I can really do with this. I might even go for the Dragon Push here. Double Dora Dragon discarded for Prospero. That's not a great start. It's why you occasionally try and keep it a bit longer.
Boom.
Alright, you shout in. Want to play another team man? No. Yeah, I'm not sure that's really worth it ultimately because I've now lost my chance of getting it free. But it's fine. Save it for later in the game, I guess. Was the thought process. Ultimately, I've now traded this up from that to this, which isn't any better effectively, but you know. We have a double Riichi against that. If we get Tenpai, maybe we go for it. Maybe we go for it anyway. Oh, I can play safety for a bit. Again, this hand is only 1,000 points. It's not the end of the world if I don't get this. Like, you know, if I don't get this, fine. Would like to close this off, but the biggest priority is just don't give away points. Which is what we do there. But North only is fine. $1,300 to become dealer is absolutely acceptable in this kind of position. Oop. One pleasing thing I've just realised. The cats also have an arch enemy. It is moths. Moths are also my arch enemy, and currently one of them is trying to hunt one. So he may be jumping around in a few moments, we'll see.
Boom.
Alright, double Tom. Look, I know you're hunting. If you cause chaos, I'm going to have to stop the stream and deal with you. Yes, I know. I know. How dare it fly away from you?
Chi.
You shan't in. Free man would be lovely. Well, we'll take the tempo. Three, 6, 8 in theory remaining. But Androcranus is also playing Dora. Why do I get the feeling he's going to be in the same weight as me? Because he's only discarding Mansi Tiles and he's not discarding my Octave. Yeah, no, he's in the same weight as me, probably. Okay, he has finally discarded something in my Octave, but that actually might be more worrying depending on how he's doing this. There we go. Double tone. We'll have those points back, please. Okay, what can we build this time? Looks okay. West to start. I would argue I'm stealing them back, but you know. It's fine. Right. There's a few options with this. There's a chance we draw another East, which would be lovely, but we might end up having to play that in a couple of turns. Hey, have you lost it? Did you lose it, Baba? Your eyes are darting around, suggesting you're still finding it, but... interesting. I mean, I've had Nitsu already today. Let's go. Let's see if we can get another one. Nice. Alright. So given everything, 7 is likely to be our pair here. We have a draw for an 2-weight, or at the very least 8-pin 2-weight, hopefully, if we draw a 2-pin. 6-pin. Doesn't change the equation. Two-pin, 4-pin, 7-pin would be fine as well. Just at this point, something to put some pressure on the table. Because I need to draw a discard up top. Which, you know, objectively means the hand is less valuable, but you know. Alright, stuck in Shanton Hell. Can we move out of it? Maybe. So now if we draw a 1 or a 3 pin, we actually have...
Riichi.
That'll do. Alright, so 7-4 pin, not likely weights, but we also potentially have some carnage available, so, you know, gotta go with it. Worst comes to it, we push some people off the pot. Sounds it.
Sumo. ごめんなさい。
Reach Sumo Nomi.
リーチ、スモ。
Alright, so we take a narrow lead. Can we have a Mungan hand this time? I mean, technically we could have made a Mungan without, but it just wasn't coming to us. Not at the moment. Best shot is going to be a 1-2-3 Sanchiku for getting to Mungan, but we'll see. Okay, that's what step 1 done. One of the more difficult steps here. If we actually get a 3-pin, this is a Sanchiku now, and we're going for big points. We drew an 8 so early. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way around because I want to obviously try and incorporate the Junchan into this. Junchan Sanchiku would be a humongous hand at this point. Would like to pair the 9 then, or pair the 9 or the East just to get us there, but it's a big expensive hand. It's going to be slow. Okay, what do I do in this position? Do I just cut East? Honestly, I cut 6-pin there. Yeah, let's not mess around here. We got the chance at it. Let's go for value. Oh wow, I actually hit the darn thing. All right, so we now have the chance. If we actually draw 1 so, this is Reach, Chanta, Sanchiku, Dora. Got the pair of Easts. We have Pinfu on this as well. So we don't have Pinfu. We have Non-Fu, but. East is safe as well, just to add to that. I mean, we'll probably go for this. Oh, god damn it, stop playing the 1-sos. There's only one of them left now. I have to pair up something, though. Not that. We'll come on 1-so, one time. Last one. What kind of nonsense is this?
Riichi.
Reach, Chanta, Sanchiku. On the last East. Keep calling my tiles, do you? I want that sideways one. But I got the one time again. The game is loving me today. Will it love me enough to give me an east as well? Let's find out. 2 of them left. If they're in people's hands and it's not a pair, it can come out. 1 is out. If they're in the wall, there's a chance. Big hand, Honitsu attempt probably. If they played east, that might be enough to deter that. Oh, big hand! The big hand!
リーチ、チャンタ、三色同春、ドラ。ハネマン。
Dealer Hanneman with the single weight. Then why would you play it? So lucky that paid. So lucky there. And also I decided to get rid of the 5 to 8 sequence that I just randomly built up. Alright, well I'm on 50k points now. So 20k is enough, but obviously that is a Hanneman Byman required at that stage. The hand's not impossible for us to just do some stuff here. We could even potentially just go for a full Chinitsu here. Which I think we might consider, honestly. If we've got a chance to run away with some points, we're going to probably try it. Sure. Alright, we're on Shadowhawk plan now. I mean, maybe we're on gates. Actually, no, we're not on gates. We can't be on gates. But... well, we could, but we wouldn't be a good gates weight. We'd be have to cut one of these to do it. And also, I need many more 9s. And now gates is impossible. Oh, why would you reach when I'm trying to run gates? Oh well. The impossible gates of missingly, but you know. Okay, double on a pair weight. 26 in Busan. I mean, live on a... almost like it's the East round. It's like it's the East round or something. East.
Boom.
Yeah, this is a cheap move for game on hand because I'm, you know, trying to close out the game here. I've got a 25k advantage. I can probably afford to throw something of that away to try it and close it out. We almost have another Sanshikyu attempt, although it's an open one, so nowhere near as valuable, but, you know, it's potentially there. I need to. Let's get rid of one of those weights here. We might be able to toy this. Wasn't the plan, but we could potentially do it. Wasn't the plan, but apparently that is what we're doing. If only that was green, I could probably have a realistic attempt at some all greens nonsense. Alright, Tenpai. Oh, wrong Sozy. Just on the wrong side of it. But 2 is isolated. Especially if he goes to 4s. No.
Ara, Ron. Haku, toi toi.
Not a lot to indicate that, although, yeah. Alright, well that puts Cronus in second. Does cut his dealer turn off, which is what I cared about slightly more. And this hand is looking kind of silly. I need a buyman to actually get the game over this hand, so we're probably not going to manage that. Let's try things. We're probably going to card this 9-pin. We get half a chance. We get a chance. We're carding this 9-pin. Get Dora free, and then we'll just sit on it. We'll do the Aegon strat. No. You're still looking, aren't you? Hey. I hate the moths as well, but you can't catch them. Not about destroying everything. Okay, North. Well, I have 2 Carnage availabilities now, although admittedly this isn't one I would use. I did say I would, but I'm not going to. No. I'm not going to open Carn from this position. I just can't. I almost cannot. Alright. Red, but 1 played. It's fine. Aegon has discarded Dora, so got to consider that in calculations here. Okay, let's start building to it. Let's start building the 4-man Carn. Unfortunately, I'm probably almost going to have to certainly get rid of it to, you know, get us a pair in a moment. But, you know, it's fine. Alright, if you stick around with me, it will attack me eventually. It is a moth. They do that. Okay, that gets us up here that way. Sure. Maybe we're on Sun Anko here. Maybe that's the plan.
Riichi.
Alright, Pursuit Reach, but deal in with it. And we get the Ipatsu as well as an added benefit on that one. We must hit Ura free. We did. Okay, Mungan required for auto victory. I was determined to try and counter something with that hand. Alright, well this hand is absolutely abysmal. No! I was determined to try and cancel. I was determined to try and cancel something that round. Didn't happen, but. Jeez. Alright, so I have a 6, 7, 8 Sanchku as a route for Mungan here. So let's go. If we actually pull that off, just end this in South 2, this is going to be kind of amazing. Don't need that. Yeah, this is not a carning hand unless we get very fortunate. I mean, no hand's a carning hand unless you get triplets, but even with regards to triplets in this hand, honestly, 6, 7, 8 Sanchku is where we're going. There we go. One sec. Ishanten for my Mungan attempt. That would end the game. And also, it's also worth 1 Dora, so... If we get Riichi Pinfu, I'll take that as well. Riichi Pinfu and 1 is probably fine, but...
Riichi.
Alright, let's go. I'm giving up my impossible Mungan shot here, but let's go. I can still Ura-free this. Ura-free is still a possibility that exists. Aegon with the pursuit. This might prevent me from doing an auto win. 5 is safe to Aegon though. Yeah, seriously, yeah, Aegon's playing 5 so against Aegon though. Wrong 8. Yeah, so I think Prospero and Draconis are safe until the end. It's just a case of where we draw the thing at this point. Oh no! Prospero deals in. Reach Cheetoy on the 9. It's 48. And I lose my... I mean, I basically lost my Mungan here. So Mungan for victory is no longer on the table. And Aiden gets a repeat. And has a chance. I've hit 2 Dora with this hand. Alright, let's see how all in we can make this. But I think, honestly, Tanyo Dora free is probably the play at this stage. I know it's not quite there. Actually, it is there. Exactsies at the moment. Yeah, well, I'm just going to early get rid of one of the dragons, and then we'll start leaning into this Honitsu, Chinitsu nonsense. Yeah, we do need more carnage. Okay. Again, any hand 2 is probably fine. I'm just playing silly because I can, and I've got a 40,000 point lead. And the important thing, of course, is to remember these times for when it doesn't go with you. But luck occasionally abandons you in this game. But Mahjong Spirit is about enduring those moments to get to the high points. I'm going to keep getting rid of Pinsy tiles, actually. I'm just going to... let's just force it early. See how this goes. I mean, I have 2 Doras. So worst case scenario, somebody else wins with a Dora 2. That really doesn't bother me.
Boom.
I, however, am happy to show Dora 3.
Chi.
Acceptable. Single weight, really? Alright, 1,000 stings are gonna happen then. Alright, Shin. Seeming less and less likely that I'm gonna be able to finish this with a points victory. That's starting to get a little annoying. Alright, so East is dead, but we've got Shin. I mean, we can take this quick hand, just go for the 1,000 points to try and move the game on. If Hagen pulls off a 4,000 point thing here, then I've got to worry about the Teru side of things, I guess. Alright, that is another pair. 7. This is not a good Cheetoy, but let's see. A lot of random middle tiles being thrown, but I have dropped a pair. North is dead. Got one back. 6, 5, or 6. Not the greatest of Cheetoy weights, but we'll go for it. So would be fine. Alright, I do not like the fact that Egan is starting to build some momentum here, although it is only shorthand momentum. Yeah, he's got 3 wins and he still hasn't got past Draconis yet. I can't get to a Hanneman with this, I don't think. Might be able to count the one free pin and start doing some nonsense, but I need to get at least one more of those before I can consider that. And even then, a pair of 9 pins would be probably required. Kronus doing something. Okay, we might have some carnage available. Whichever way we end up going with this hand, I think this is the best time to get rid of that. I've been denied a draw. This might anger me. But, you know, 7 pin card is available. Sued as not a lot. That would have been useful had we get the free, but I'm okay with why we got rid of it. Maximize the chance of drawing another one of these and canning. Alright, Egan's still pushing. Yeah, it's probably Town Pin, so we can avoid that by just playing terminals. Most likely. Draconis we assume is on a Pinzi Chin or Honitsu. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Restoring. Yeah, I'm okay with 5. Get rid of in that position then. So, it could be an 8. Closed 8. Egan will do silly things like that occasionally. But he did discard a 9 before that reach, so maybe not. Just thinking 997. Wouldn't have probably kept that, I guess. Yeah, we can play this out. I don't know if we are going for pairs or something at this stage. We've got a Dora that we can't really do a lot with. Honestly, we're running out of safe tiles against Egan at this stage. That's useful enough. We'll go with that. So, with the 6 is gone, the 7's gone. Okay. Egan, I beg of you, if we're going to do this for the next hour, please learn how to build a better hand. Alright. It's working, and I've done this sort of strategy before. That is Dora East. Let's give that away. Because if Egan had it, I wanted to know now that he finally had a decent hand. I've been accused of being a bully, but Egan is on a 4-turn rampage here. I pulled off the best, most feel-good hand that I've ever pulled off in quite some time. Which I will have to show off on afterwards, because the amount of luck required for it to happen was ridiculous. But it felt good. Not going to do anything with that at the moment. Alright, he wants some dragons. Hey, he wants some dragons, but that gives me another draw. Just get me out of this game. I've kind of been feeling that for the last few, because Egan, it's not that Egan's been winning a lot, he's been winning with short hands. He's had 2 hard hands for the last 5 wins. He's only just in the last one actually overtaken Draconis. If he's actually got the Honitsu this time, at least that's some value, and there's some point to it, I guess. I can't call that, unfortunately. Alright, Draconis though. It's working, absolutely. It's just taking forever. Also, is it really working if he's still 40,000 behind me after 4 wins? Okay, maybe there's some value increasing that's about to happen. Well, I've got 2 set tiles to try and make this thing work, but it is unlikely at this stage. Hell, wait on the 2 or the 4 pin. Or which me want something else. Alright, there's a marginal chance that that's still a thing, so... Of course Aigen's in Tenpai! Okay. Alright, it's fine. Still just end this with Hanneman out of nowhere. Finally, this nightmare will be done. Alright, let's get going. That's not going to be a Hanneman. Alright, does Draconis finally have the quick hand to save us? Is he the hero we deserve and need? We have some carnage. And I have Adora. Okay, double Yakuhai from Draconis. Testing Honitsu, and also if I deal into Draconis, it's actually definitely in my favour to do so. It is a Honitsu at this point. Also, really tempted to just keep playing pins these tiles into Draconis and see if he finally takes them. Okay, pair established. So Ishanten, Free Peiko, and Dora. Do you want a third? No. There's definitely a future where we just give Draconis some Mungan doing this, but fine. Could also be weirdly on that Chanter way. It's not impossible, but Honitsu is what I would assume he's on. It's over! Alright, now I just need that Hanneman and I can end this without going to South 4. Okay, this is a very fast start. It's not nice. Naira is letting you win 5 in a bounce, sir. Well, I mean, maybe 1 was a draw, but you know. 5 Honba. 2 more years I would have won. At the rate you were building hands, yes. We also have a Sanshiki possibility here as well, which I've got to think about. Honestly, yeah, let's lean into the let's lean into the Sanshiki side. Makes more sense. Alright, come on, 5-pin. I mean, honestly, unless I get this, I am just folding this hand. And once we get to the last row, it's just not worth me continuing on with this. We'll let Draconis have his Chain of Doom. No, Prospero can have a point. Can have the win here if you win. You get it. And Aiken can continually give me Tarzani for my Sanshiki. Heyo! Alright, Riichi, that is fine. Alright. South 4. Any hand will do, and we have a pair of dragons and 2 Dora. Of course we do. Alright. Give Aiken a freebie.
Boom.
You start building a Kokushi hand, use those for safe tiles in the mid game. I'm fairly certain that's how you play Mahjong.
Boom.
Alright, maybe I mean, I'd have to get Toy Toy as well, but maybe I can get 70k out of this. I'm on 4. I just need to obviously get 2 more somehow. So dragon plus something, or yeah. No, I think we might be thinking about this as a semi-serious plan now. Yeah, okay, fine, let's go. Yeah, we're going for our 70,000 points. We're going to end this game on our terms somehow. Alright, green or 9. We win on our terms! We technically hit the points threshold. I'll take it. I've only been threatening to do that for the last 9 hands. Third. Only lost 0.8 in second place though. That's quite impressive. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check the log on one thing of that hand because I think the level of luck this required was kind of stupid. Let's see, where are we? I think it was this one. So, I opened this nonsense. From this, I got the Hand of Doom. So I was a hit Fedora at this point, and at this stage, I'm kind of debating things and how it can possibly work. I now lost all 3 outs. There's no way for this to work anymore, surely. I draw it.
Riichi.
A turn 7 Shanta Sanchikidora hand. And Aiden gives me the East because it's a cursed tile. I think that was the second time I already dealt in with that. As I say, that's my best feel-good hand in quite a long while, in truth. I've won bigger hands than that. I've won, harder hands than that. But honestly, yeah, that was my feel-good hand for the game. And then I spent the next 10 hands trying to close it out, which Aiden would not allow me to do. Oh, I mean, to be fair, Aiden was extremely jammy. I have to... Hold on. This was kind of already on stream, but let me see if I can find... Actually, I don't even know which hand it was. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, it was this one, I think. No, it wasn't this one. No. Darn it. It's on the stream somewhere. Aiden basically did a cold Khan, flipped into Dora, and then didn't have a Yaku for the entire rest of the hand. Which, was exactly how it went. I have a right to do the repeats. You have a right to do the repeats, provided you can keep being in Tenpai or winning the hand. Absolutely. You have a right to them. I just wish you knew how to build hands a little more expensive than what you were going for. But hey. To be fair, sometimes that happens, and I certainly had... In tournaments, I tend to do exactly what you were doing, just play for cheap hands and try for wrench hands endlessly. And ultimately, end in second, which is ultimately, I guess, the plan of it, in a weird sort of way. Anyway, I think I'm done after that. I am being flattered currently by this. This needs to be fixed. Next stream, please fix. This is not good. This is not good at all. And yeah, I will see you all next week. Catch you then.